They got that round circular saw going again, which is good. But what I was stressing is we got the heater going in here, so the sound drowns out what's going on of the circular saw until the heater goes out. You might hear the circular saw going if the circular saw is still going. You could probably faintly hear it. What I was stressing is like in illusions, if you got loud sirens going and music going, you can hide movement of hauling large objects out the back or bringing them in play to make them reappear. A jet, a helicopter, a jeep, an elephant, well, you get the idea. Outside doing drama theater or inside the theater doing drama theater. Nighttime or daytime. They put it right on the flatbed. Pretty clever. And the flatbed's connected to the dump truck. Someone as a kid had a good imagination to use the dump truck like a flatbed. I would have never thought of that. That's pretty clever. There was a signal, hand signal, to say, whoa, that's perfect. Good enough. WB&E Construction Incorporation, Chesapeake, Virginia. Looks like that might be a website. Something truck. Well, there's Sterling, but something, I don't know, it's too small. Can't read it. If I had the camera that's 2,000 times zoom, I probably could. The next video camera I get, I'm going to try to get one that doesn't have MP4 format in it because it doesn't seem to be compatible to everybody. And it's not compatible to my DVD player or anybody's video game DVD player or nobody's Blu-ray player. Well, kinda, but you have to get lucky and get a high-tech one. Luckily, YouTube has all formats, and Facebook is slowly getting all formats. Okay, there's the smoke, so follow it. So somewhere on this side it must be doing the sawing. Or better yet, maybe it's over on that side, it's just the way the wind's blowing. You gotta think of all angles of an illusion. Even if you're using a Walter Jeans PT silver hat, Mirror tunnel improvement illusion. Siegfried and Roy used it. The Pendragons. Charlotte Pendragon. Jonathan Pendragon. Master Magnificent. Christian Illusionist. Charlotte Pendragon. Christian Illusionist. Both are TV stunt doubles. And she's a good artist. And I know Jonathan's been good in Black Belt because he helped in the CBS Circus of the Stars. The actor that played a doctor, I can't think the name. It's not Dr. Welby. I'm thinking of that, but it's another one. Trapper John, that's it. And he's also been on MASH 4077. And I think he's been on a cowboy show, maybe the Bonanza, the Cartwrights, or something like that. Yeah, I think he has. He's been on the Cartwrights too. Later on, they made a spin-off series of the Cartwrights brothers, or the Cartwrights sons, or something like that. They did a tribute to their fathers. Warren Green later on became Commander Adama on 1970s, 1980s classic Battlestar Galactica that I now have on DVD disc. Tommy's got collection too. And if you look on NBC.com, if you type in Knight Rider or Battlestar Galactica, it should still be there if it's in the files. It's like Wavy TV 10 uploaded on their YouTube channel, thanks to a church member, born again Christian church member, Denise Starden, uploaded on Facebook from YouTube the history file of the Coleman's Nursery, and it said it brought back good memories, and I said to Denise Starden, yeah, it sure does. I remember when we got to talk to Danny Coleman personally, and I mentioned I saw him on Wavy TV 10, and he's got a green thumb, and I also, when I saw Penn Russell at Busch Gardens, I said, you know, I saw that episode where you did the guillotine and you did an illusion where you cut Carl Hoffman's head off. Yep, you're right. And also, you do your close-up work. I'm glad that you did, because I forgot how to do that. Threading the needle. And you jarred my memory. And then we talked stuff about the Learjet being hauled out the back, and Statue of Liberty, like the Siegfried and Roy Castle Vanish, Lady Susan Turntable, and all that stuff. And he made a model of it. And I said, your favorite magician is, I can't think of it now, but I had it memorized. The one that does the zombie violin idea, and the coin ladder. Norm Nelson. I said, your favorite magician is Norm Nelson. He said, yep. Show me some more of those Copperfield photos. Okay, sure, no problem. We saw a lot of magicians and jugglers. Dave the juggler that also did illusions later on at Water Country USA. And we were able to go over there and see his act there with his lady crews. They were like a Thelma and Louise idea. I need to upload that on Facebook. Most of my stuff I'm uploading on Facebook. It's at facebook.com, and then you type in all lowercase letters all together, Wham NP. NP stands for Noble Page. My real name is Bill Green, but I got adopted at age 10. September the 13th, year 1976. When I was age 10, I got adopted to my uncle Marcel Pinkham Page Jr. and my mom, Darlene, my aunt Darlene Page. And then they became my dad and mom. But the judge said, do you want to change the name? And they said, just the last name. So it went from William Noble Green, or Bill Green, to William Noble Page. I went from a color green in a book to a page in a book. My YouTube channel, I made it my original name, Bill Green, because I'm hoping my brothers and one sister will see it and say, oh, it's our brother Bill. Because I'm the oldest, and then Bobby, and then Chucky, and then Jimmy, and then my sister Cynthia. At Lancaster, we're originally from Lancaster, Ohio, Fairfield County, 748 Bar Drive, 43130, zip code area. We got the Greens, we got the Connets, we got the Hennigers, we got the Shads, I'm trying to think. I know Butler, I can't even say their names now. I need to double check, but Butler, anyway. Anyway, and we got the Summers, and we got the Dittos, anyway, we got a large family tree. Ancestry.com, look it up. Aunt Jerry and Linda Green put it all together for Ancestry.com. So I got adopted at age 10. September 13th, 1976. And later on, moved from Lancaster to Portsmouth, because that's where my aunt and uncle live, with their two daughters, Cheryl and Stacy, which became my sisters, and I'm their big brother. I thought that was cool. They call me I'm their big brother. That made my day. That's cool. Anyway, and it's good that our relatives in Ohio, even Aunt Jill's kids, when they were younger, they went to Good News, and the seed was planted. Aunt Jill called and said all of her kids, Sean and Candace and I can't think of all the names now. My mind's blank. I can't think. The two other girls. Anyway, they all wanted to go to church, so they found a good church to go to. That was good. Good News was a good planted seed. And I was praying to Jesus that they get saved. They weren't saved yet. I always looked at the photos when they were younger. And then I ran into Sean Schreiber on Facebook. And now he's a preacher. And he was thankful when I told him how I was praying for him, for the whole family. If they weren't saved, they'd get saved. He liked that comment. And then he wanted me to make him 6 hours worth of magic. So I sent him a DVD. I sent him another one because somehow the dog knocked it in the trash and he didn't know it, and it went in the trash can. So I made him another one. So far it's fine there. Lucky I was able to get connected when their mom, Aunt Jill, was still alive, but later on she got promoted to heaven. Anyway, Now she's with her brother Marcel, which is my dad, Marcel Franklin Page Jr. And the people in my church said, well, don't worry, Bill, God needed, capital G-O-D, needed him to get ready for the feast. And I said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And Bill Barker said, Bill, your dad taught us all we know. That's good to know. That's, thanks, Bill Barker, to let me know. He was letting me know at the men's prayer breakfast. And he said, when we see that red, purplish apron, we think of your dad. Thanks, Bill Barker. And then everybody in the church misses his potatoes. Bob and Mike Rock, Bob Schofield and Mike Rock misses his potato salad. Mike Rock just specifically remembers that the potatoes were the red potatoes. The skins were red. I forgot the name of that kind. But anyway, and I know he put some kind of mustard in it, and I forgot what else. But anyway, and Sonny Herring's wife, Sandra Herring, misses his sugar cookies, and she recently got promoted to heaven, and now she can enjoy all the food she wants and never worry about too much sugar or calories or anything like that. Anyway, and she's singing with Jesus and the whole choir. But anyway, back to what I was saying. And you're seeing John Sloan up there, and he's walking perfect now, and Ricky Darden's up there, probably playing his banjo. Well, you get the idea. Ricky Darden gave me my first cowboy boots. That's when I was younger. I probably wouldn't be able to fit them now. I think we gave them to the Purple Heart or Salvation Army, and we did something like that. We always, when we grew out of clothes, we gave them to either the Salvation Army or Purple Heart. Anyway, my dad Marcel was in the Navy, on the aircraft carriers, more than one, and he was in dangerous war times. I didn't learn that until later on through my mom, Darlene Page. She was saying when I was younger, it wasn't a need to know at the time. It's just like my dad Marcel, when I mentioned military stuff, he told me some things, like when they see a James Bond information, he'll let me know, but anything else that's probably still top secret, not in the works, even though wasn't in the Navy anymore, retired, and he's a chef in restaurants, he'd always say it's a need-to-know basis and you don't need to know. And Billy Little's the same way. The military guy in our church, it's a need-to-know basis and you don't need to know. I said, that's what my dad Marcel said. He was in the Navy on aircraft carriers. Anyway. Well, I'm more like a mass magician. I like to share the knowledge. I mean, if it's really, really for security reasons, for each country's got to protect its thing, okay. I mean, the scientists looking scientists looking in are slowly finding things that the scientists at Area 51 and other underground bases are already discovered and gone beyond that. That's how Bob Schofield, Christian KTM motocross biker, sees it. He says the scientists at Area 51 underground bases is so far advanced it would blow our minds. We'd be mind blown like a stage illusion. I said, well, the guy that invented the B-2 stealth bomber wing, I can't think of his name, but the guys who study about him said that that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas would be in awe of what they discovered and done, or decided they didn't need to do that, but it said it would take, we have the technology to take E.T. home and back. But it would take the hand of God, capital G-O-D, to bring it to the public. We got Ronald Reagan Star Wars program, and Ronald Reagan's in heaven too. He got promoted. Pastor Asher coined that word, got promoted. That's a new saying. When someone goes to heaven, Pastor Mike Asher says they got promoted. That's a neat new saying. Yeah. As long as they were born-again Christians, they got promoted to heaven. If not, they are in a terrible place right now, where the worm dieth not, where there's wailing and gnashing of teeth, and all their habits they'll crave, from cigarette to alcohol or whatever their habit is, and they can't see past their face. But if you're saved, you don't have to worry about that. You're in a beautiful place, streets of gold, and you're serving the Lord, and always doing things, and your name's still in the book of life. It's not taken away, because your name's in the book of life. But if you don't get saved, then he's going to take it out of there. But he doesn't want to take it out of there. He wants everybody to be saved. He doesn't want anybody to go to the fiery pit. Anyway, you get the idea. John 3:16 from the King James Holy Bible. And you got the Scofield Bible, good reference, Priory Bible, and you got the Gideon Bible. There are good Bibles out there, but the main one is the King James Holy Bible. Dr. Presty, he got promoted to heaven. And a lot of others. A missionary, missionary Archie, for the Irish, he got promoted to heaven. He liked that purple short shirt I wear. I don't think I'm wearing it now, but because I've outgrown it. But it says, it has the word Bible on it, and on the back it says the basic information before leaving Earth. And Archie said he liked that. And at the time I didn't. I said thanks. I said, but at the time when he was asking, do you know anything about cell phones? At the time I didn't have one, so I didn't even know how to work one. But luckily, because his phone was ringing, and he was saying, you know, how could this go on? He said, Bill, do you know anything about cell phones? No, but I know eventually I probably will. I'm going to have to learn it. But now I have a cell phone, and now I understand it. The Bill Graff's children, Josh and Sammy and Steven, they got cell phones, and at the time I didn't know how to work one, but Josh was showing me how to work it, and then now the next time I see him, hey, I got one, I know how to work one.